The Democratic Party elites succeed at forcing President Biden out of the race. But can Kamala Harris really defeat Donald Trump? All that and more now on a special edition of Graf's Grievances. Just 107 days before indisputably the most important presidential election in United States history, President Joe Biden dropping out of the race and ending his bid for re-election. The president's decision coming after relentless pressure from leaders in the Democratic Party and big money donors following Biden's disastrous debate performance 24 days earlier. Biden, now the first incumbent president in 56 years to give up a chance to run again. At 81 years old, Biden is the oldest president in U.S. history. But unlike the all-powerful Democratic chattering classes who saw Biden's age and slowed soft speech as an insurmountable obstacle, Americans who vote in Democratic primaries did not seem to mind, or at least prioritize the issue. More than 14 million Americans voted for Biden to be the Democrats' 2024 presidential nominee. No one else even came close. Yet the Democratic Party, which prides itself on being the party of the people, the party of democracy, worked to overthrow the will of the voters. According to reporting, former Speaker of the House Nancy Pelosi, House Minority Leader Hakeem Jeffries, and Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer mercilessly urged Biden to end his presidential bid, telling Biden directly he could not defeat Donald Trump again. And irrespective of what happens in November, this assault on President Biden, as he was recovering from COVID, no less, will forever be a black eye on the Democratic Party. President Biden accomplished more for the American people in 3.5 years than any president in my lifetime, not to mention any president in modern American history. President Biden helping end the COVID-19 pandemic that killed more than 1.2 million of our fellow Americans. President Biden creating more than 15 million new jobs. More new jobs created in a single term than any president ever. President Biden lowering the cost of prescription medication for millions of Americans and passing the first major gun safety legislation in 30 years. President Biden signing into law the largest investment to address climate change in the history of the world. And on the international front, Biden revitalizing NATO and rallying the free world to stand up against Russia's assault on Ukraine. No other president in 2 terms has ever come close to this record of accomplishment by President Biden. Which is why it is further infuriating that elites in the Democratic Party forced him into retirement. Which brings us to former President Barack Obama. According to reports, Obama expressed concerns to allies that his former vice president, Joe Biden, could not defeat Donald Trump again in November, and was given the heads up that his good friend, actor George Clooney, was planning to publish a bombshell op-ed in the New York Times calling for Biden to exit the race. Obama did not dissuade Clooney. Important context to all of this is that Obama never believed Biden could become president. In 2015, Obama reportedly pushed Biden not to run for president. Obama instead favoring Hillary Clinton, believing she had a better chance of defeating Donald Trump. Of course, we all know how that worked out. Obama also did not endorse Biden, his former vice president, when Biden ran for the Democratic nomination 4 years ago, until Biden had all but become the party's expected nominee. Biden, unlike Hillary Clinton, easily defeating Trump 4 years ago by more than 8 million votes. And so, in addition to Obama repeatedly betting against Biden and being proven wrong time and time again, at a more macro level, what this elitist rejection of Biden from the Democratic chattering classes reveals is that there is a disconnect between party leaders and donors and Democratic voters. Because of our electoral college system, winning more votes than the other guy is not enough to get elected president. Just ask Hillary Clinton and Al Gore. But instead, the key to becoming president is winning the majority of votes in just a few key swing states. In 2020, Biden improved over Clinton among white, non-college educated voters who were critical to Trump's 2016 victory. In addition, Biden made gains with men over Clinton. 4 years ago, men were almost evenly divided between Trump and Biden, unlike in 2016 when Trump won men by 11 points over Clinton. And perhaps even more surprising is Biden's improvement upon Clinton's vote share with suburban voters. Biden winning 10 points more of these voters than Clinton. The combination of these gains with key demographic groups is what allowed Biden to defeat Trump and at least partially explains why Clinton lost to Trump. So with Vice President Kamala Harris winning the endorsement of President Biden and appearing to all but lock up the Democratic nomination for president in less than 24 hours, the big question is how will she fare against Trump? And as Grievances always tries to give it to you straight, things don't look great for Harris. A majority of voters have long held an unfavorable view of her. In a Washington Post average of 11 post-debate polls, Trump edged out Harris by 1.5 percentage points, only slightly better than Biden, who Trump edged out by 1.9 percentage points. In addition, Harris has trailed Trump in nearly every national and battleground state poll conducted so far this year. One bit of good news for Harris: her campaign took in almost $50 million in grassroots donations since yesterday's announcement. Democrats' biggest fundraising day so far of the 2024 cycle. So while Democratic Party elites now clearly have the candidate they want in Berkeley native Kamala Harris, the question is whether swing state voters will choose Harris to be the first African American woman, Indian American President of the United States. Thank you for watching Graph's Grievances. Let me know what you think. Please like, subscribe, share, and join me in the next one.